this pre-existing reality needs to be revealed. And this is why we say that love your neighbor as yourself is both the means of revealing reality and of keeping all of the commandments. All 613 commandments are really the details of love your neighbor as yourself, and this is how that is so. When we see ourselves in this reality and can only perceive a small part of ourselves, we see ourselves as separated here. This is me, the I. Now, every other person, all others, are these single viewing points in the collective soul that actually make up this whole, but see themselves as completely separated. Now, if this I starts to expand and to view the egoism, these separate needs of the others, as his own need, then what happens is that they actually become his, so that there's an expansion. And as a result of this expansion and inclusion of others, precisely as the self, this degree of the whole becomes revealed. And this happened, this larger degree of perception of the whole happened only because of the love of the other as the self. Once the vessels of the other are incorporated into the desire of the individual, then they become his. There's no difference between the I of the one person and the I of the many people. So what happens is, the more this individual perception expands outward, it begins to encompass every single point. So all of this pre-existing reality, this godliness, becomes a whole, simply as a result of going beyond the border, not only of what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours, but what's yours is yours and what's mine is yours. And this increases the expansion to the point where there is no consideration of this is just me, but that this becomes the whole reality. This is how we both love our friend as ourself, that is, keep all of the commandments, all of the details of the descriptions of how we should be treating others nicely, and actually attain a full grasp of reality. It's only through the love of others that the total of reality can be revealed. This law of the Torah, this instruction of how to actually achieve this expansion of identification with others as yourself, is the only means by which we are going to be able to live in this global situation. The global situation is nothing but this boundary that we don't see. That we already are completely interactive with all of these points. The only law that we need know in order to make the entire global system work, so that we are not exploiting each other, so that every action that we do comes from an impulse which is exactly the same impulse as the whole, is the love of the other as the self. Now, all religions and all philosophies and all people of goodwill say, love your neighbor as yourself. The only problem is that it's only a saying. There is no method of showing a person how to actually achieve this. That is the only thing that Kabbalah deals with. All of its apparent complexities boil down to this one method, which is the way in which to reach a sincere, complete, and whole desire to see the other as ourselves. This one commandment, so to speak, which is the the command of the upper reality, because it is its very nature, is the only thing that we need to do. And all we need is advice as to how this actually can be achieved. Love your friend as yourself is the door to the spiritual world, because through that love, it connects each little personal egoistic opening to reveal the true nature of reality. And what's more, it reveals it not as external, but as internal.